Good morning to everyone. So let's have our daily briefing for today. And just a quick market recap on yesterday's data. So starting off, we have the consumer confidence for Germany. So the previous data was negative 0.4 and forecasted at negative 0.7. And for the actual data, did not beat the market forecast. So the actual was negative 1.2. And also we have the key data last night, which is the weekly initial jobless claims for US. So the previous data was 349K and the forecast was 350. But for the actual data, did not beat the market forecast, which is 353K. And also we have GDP or gross domestic product for US for the second quarter. So the previous data was 6.1% and the forecast was 6%. For the actual data, it beats the market forecast at 6.2%. So let's take a look on what happened on the euro dollar last night. So as you can see here, right after the euro and US data, the price of euro dollar was traded actually above the 1.1780 right here, and also below the 1.1750. So it was traded back and forth above and below this price. But during the Asian session, the current price of the euro dollar, it's around the 1.1750 level. And for today's economic data during the Asian session, so earlier today we have the retail sales for Australia, monthly basis for July. So the previous data was negative 1.8%, and the forecast was negative 2.3%. And for the actual data, it was negative 2.7%. So did not beat the market forecast and the previous one as well. So let's take a look on the Aussie dollar on the 1-hour chart. So despite of the bad data for the Aussie, so as you can see here, the Australian dollar had a modest gains around the 72 or 0.7230 level. And right now, the current price was 0.7038. And for the European session, we have imports and export price index for Germany at 2 p.m. And for the US session, the most awaited data. So 8:30 p.m. we have personal income and personal spending for monthly basis for July. And 10 p.m. we have the Michigan consumer sentiment for the month of August. And also the Fed Chair Jerome Powell speech, which will talk about the economic outlook and the tapering issue for the US. And for today's economic data, or sorry, key product for today, we have the euro against the US dollar. So yesterday, the euro dollar failed to break below the 1730, and the price consolidated above the 1750 level. But in my opinion, I'm still bearish with this one since this pair, in my opinion, still remains pressured because for 4 consecutive sessions, it did not hit the 1.18 level right here. Just pull out my pen. So as I was saying, the euro dollar failed to hit the 1.18 mark for 4 consecutive sessions. But if we are going to pay attention on the MACD right here, one moment. So on the 4-hour chart, if we're going to pay attention, the MACD, it's currently teases the signals or bearish signal or bearish momentum for the euro dollar. And also, the current price of the euro dollar is current weekly resistance at 1.775. And also the MACD, the moving average or the slow moving average, it's processed below this lower and also right here. Gives us a signal on the bearish side. But for today's support, we can look for 1.1670 and 1.1640. And for the resistance, 1.1775 and 1.1805. But again, on the other hand, we have to pay attention on the speech by Jerome Powell. So definitely it will affect the price of the dollar and also the euro dollar as well. Again, for the European session, we have imports and exports price index for Germany. And also US session, 8:30 p.m. we have personal income and personal spending. And 10 p.m. we have Michigan consumer sentiment and Jerome Powell's speech at the Jackson Hole Symposium. So again, for today, if you guys are trading currencies that is paired by the dollar, you have to be cautious and put a proper risk management as well. Okay, so that's all for our daily briefing today. Thank you everyone for joining. Please stay safe and have a great day.